Hello, beloved ones. Hamilton here. I didn't check if my audio is working properly, but I trust that it's okay, whatever that is. Huh. Not the best that I wanted, but I'll go with that. Tell me if you can hear me and where you're watching this from. The pleasurable dead end relationships. Are you stuck in one where the pleasure is so flippin' good? But again, when it comes to your mental health, it's fucking with you in literal sense. So let's call a thing a thing. It's quite interesting because I'm very big on women owning and connecting to this magical energy, to this power of creation. And the reason for that is because when women are conscious, when women are empowered, they can hold space for the king and help the king in their lives and also their children to actually do more and be more. But a woman who is more connected to this sexual energy and just loving the pleasure and everything that comes with it, because this is chaotic energy, this is fire. But when you are coming from the wounded aspect of yourself, chances are you as a woman, you're going to be toxic. We live in a world where we don't call ourselves out. It's more like somebody's doing something to us. But on the other hand, either someone has this power that they do not know how to use, or somehow this power has been wounded in the beginning, and there are no those who are more connected to this energy, but they are just misusing it, where it's kind of like, oh, I've got this body, men love me, and then you just go messing up with them. So it's quite interesting that I was having a conversation with someone, and this man just opened up and said, I've had a relationship where it was toxic. I was treated like shit, but at the same time, with being treated like shit, I was rewarded greatly when it comes to sex. And I know this can be a weapon for other women. This is why when we're talking about that manipulation and all that, this is why I believe this energy, like in its really big vastness, it's not good when it's in the hands of a woman who is wounded, a woman who is hungry for that external power, because you're gonna use it to hurt more men. And the sad thing with it, again, as much as you may think that I'm using it to get whatever that I want, nothing that you use it for lasts. It's not sustainable because it's still outside. So I'm just here to just ask a question. Are you stuck in those passionate, pleasurable, dead end relationship? You love the sex, but sex alone is not enough to sustain that relationship, because that means you are using like a little tiny bit of this energy. You are not using it in its vastness. Basically, you are using it still to serve men or for procreation, which is how we have minimized it for a very long time. So I'm just calling you out that it's time that you get to check in with yourself. And what is your intention? What is it that you truly desire? And where are you creating from? So just take a deep breath and see how this is coming through. How is it landing on you? That's what I'm just here to ask you shortly. And what I also wanted to share with you, actually, maybe you are listening and you're wondering, who is she? Haumutima is my name, and I help entrepreneurs and professional individuals to finally break free from generational toxic imprints and patterns, so that they can align with their unique signature blueprint, connect to the higher self, and tap into the unwavering self love and embody their confidence, so that they can flip and rocket in the bedroom, boardroom, and beyond. Because the truth of it is, you are a fucking creator, and when you are tapped into that magical energy of creation, that source of life, that energy that makes you say yes to life, it's easier for you to connect not only with individuals but more with more aligned people. It's easier for you to connect and actually attract the relationships that you desire, because you become that magnet. But when you are using it to manipulate or even just using it just for sex, which is like casually, because there is a void within you that you want to fill. You are misusing this energy, and like I said, you can't create anything that is meaningful in life, because an empowered woman who embodies this magical energy, that's their purpose in life, in the sense of, for anything meaningful to happen between you and your beloved. And I'm not talking about just bringing that life as in like a child, which is a big part of it, but the truth of it again is there is more that you can create. This is why we talk about a capable, extraordinary embodied woman. When you hold a space for a king, he can't help it but be inspired by this magical sexual energy that you are using together, harnessing it to create something bigger. And that happens when you are the embodiment of that, you know, rather than when you leave yourself. Because often people who do not feel worthy, or they're just using this energy to satisfy, maybe I can give you, a good sex and get something out of it, and you come kind of like my lap dog or some shit like that. It's a low vibration of using this energy, and often it's also coming from, let me say, at times for some people it's more like they went through some abuse, and just because of that pain, it's kind of like, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this and evoke that pain by giving more to people and then treating them like shit. And at times it's coming from that feeling of unworthiness. So you are kind of like using your body not as a vessel to give birth to what you desire, because you are a vessel through that whatever that you desire is going to come through, you know. But if you're using your body as a vessel to hold whatever sees from different men, to hold whatever the negative entities that you are attracting through that energy, is not going to serve you, you know. So where is this coming from? Why are you stuck in that pleasurable dead end relationship? Because often it's feeling coming from that not feeling worthy, or just the whole limiting beliefs, or even, it's quite interesting because I had a conversation with someone, and this person said, I will never date men who earn more than me. So some people, they're using that sexual energy as in like, I'm just gonna attract different men, or I'm gonna attract men, and no matter who I'm being, I'm still gonna give them this best sex so that they can stay around. But on the other hand, even as a man, the question is, what do you value? Do you value your mental health, or you are more like that sexual addict where it's kind of like, you just want more of that, and if you're a woman as well, using your resources, because okay, you've made it, and now it's hard for you to even, ooh, this is a big one, to even get that relationship, but you rather find someone who you think you are better than, like that power play, and you're going to use your money as sort of like a control mechanism. It's happening with men as well, you know how is that serving you? Because at the end of the day, no matter what you think, you may think that you're in power and all that, but the truth of it is, if you're operating like that, you're operating from fear. You are not really free. And the question is, what happens when you don't have that? And even if you're using sexual energy as a way to maybe attract and hold into men, what if you are not able to do that? Because with time, stress catches up with you, something may happen. What's going to happen when you're not able to do that anymore? So it's time for you to connect with the vastness of this energy. It's time for you to start respecting it, because at the core of it, even when I'm talking about this energy, it's more like, as a feminine, like as a woman, when you respect and value your own feminine and masculine energy, you want to attract people who respect and value that energy as well. It's the masculine, or the feminine actually respects the masculine respects the feminine. And the truth of it is, what we see outside of us is what is within us. So that is reflected within us. Even when I'm talking about pleasurable that end relationship, do you even feel worthy of pleasure, or you are using that good sex or whatever as a pain? It's like a sort of source of punishment to you. So I was just showing up here quickly to just ask you that question. The question is, what is your intention? What do you want to do with what you know? And I'll drop a link below. Let's have a conversation. Let's dive deep. I'm inviting you to a free introductory call for you to get to know more of what African Asian quantum medicine can help you with, which at the core of it, one of the pillars is the sexual sovereignty, which is where we dive deep into the magic, the dark, the shadow, the ugly, the beauty, the pleasurable of this energy, because everything has that balance of the yin and yang. And you gotta know that for you to be empowered, which is also the same thing as you embracing your own addiction and also knowing the core of it. Because when you get to the core and you need something in the bud, then magic happens. You can then harness this energy and direct it to that expansive life opportunities, relationships that are soul aligned, that are expansive, that you truly deserve at your core. Much love, and I'll have a conversation with you tomorrow. Bye.